Greetings Marines, FiOth here, and in this vid we're gonna go over the new patch notes that just released. It fixes a couple peculiar things and takes away a big chunk of cheese that was still available in Horde. Let's get to them. Before we start, you can see my leader banner there at the bottom of the screen. You'll have to deal with it, guys. I'm making a really hard push at, well, making people come join my other social. After the security breach we had, I really want to be able to reach out to you if anything happens, so if you don't mind, take a moment. It's just a couple of clicks. Follow on the social media so I can keep in touch with you, organize stuff, grow the channel. It's good for me, it's good for you, absolutely free. Thank you for this little intervention. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes. A loss of progress for Xbox and GamePass fixed an issue where Xbox and GamePass players would lose progress when swapping profiles or if they loaded into a game without first loading the title screen. If any issues do persist, please let us know via bug report channel and our official Discord server. Okay, very important for people playing on that ecosystem. Good thing they are addressing it. Weapons and attachments. The DT-57 Medved, Type 21 Tactical Shotgun and Type 70C Auto Shotgun are now fixed spread patterns instead of a rotating spread pattern. Priming magazine now refreshes on subsequent reloads instead of needing the duration to complete before it can be reapplied. Fixed an issue with explosions that would cause them to deal the same damage to all targets. The damage dealt by explosions now properly falls off based on its target's distance from the explosion. I want to see what this does to my grenades, cold iron! Fixed an issue where the extended flash hider and overload rounds attachments deal friendly damage, okay. Fixed muzzle flash visuals when using the anti-material blade attachment. Fixed an issue with many automatic weapons that would cause them to have additional delay between bullets when firing them single shot semi-automatically. That's when you pull the trigger one each time you want to fire and you don't hold down to it. It's always been an issue. Firing these weapons semi-automatically should now be much more responsive, okay. The following guns are affected by these chains: M10 Auto Pistol, Rapid Responder, M39 SMG, X43 Barrage, PPZ-49 Vol, Type 76 Auto Shotgun, M41A2 Pulse Rifle, Kramer Assault Rifle, L36 Albert, Type 88 Heavy, EVI 81 Zvezda Plasma, and the Microburst. Fixed an issue where double-clicking to fire would skip the spin up time of the L59 minigun. Hardened incendiary sentry guns should now correctly deal damage over time, so the burn damage should apply. To think that all this time the burn damage didn't apply. That's fantastic. As for the first one, when it speaks about the spread pattern notation, it's pretty much the same deal as with games like Destiny, where there is a randomness to the pattern. In FTE it's not random, it's like a set of available patterns and they rotate. That caused some issues, so they removed it altogether. It's now a fixed pattern and it works as intended. Animation. Fixed an issue where using emotes with the Phalanx class kit while the shield is deployed would cause the animation to clip. Fixed an issue with the reload animation of the Frontier Revolver. Fixed an issue where some weapons would play the reload animation twice before actually reloading. That's been in the game since day one. You would love to get one shell in the shotgun, but you have to load two shells when it comes to the animation. Made zero sense. At last they found out. Doc's anesthesiologist perk will no longer trigger a negative beep S effects when player hit by spitter acid. Okay, that's very minute. Adjusted weapon audio to be more impactful. Deploying multiple turrets will no longer cause audio issues. Okay. Made various audio optimization and adjustments. Added sound effects for challenge card completion or failure in the mission end screen. UI sound effects will no longer be dropped as a result of audio prioritization. Players will no longer say rebooting when reviving Honecker. He's a dumb bot, so rebooting seems very appropriate. Fuck Honecker, by the way. The audio notification for a player joining the queue will now only play once when two or more players join at the same time. Yeah, it doesn't have any pauses or anything, it's just straight up text. Intercom announcements in the hub will now be inaudible when the sound effects volume setting is set to 0. Campaign. The only way to be sure, search. AI companions should no longer run ahead by themselves at the start of the mission. Priority 1 rescue. Players should no longer get stuck when vaulting over cover into maintenance scenes. Cold Iron, that's what we thought was wrong with your campaign. 4-1 at this point is pretty much unplayable and insane. The spawn rates for the bursters have gone apeshit. Come on, guys. Like, I've completed that, but there are people out there who still need their trophies, their achievements, that are not cheaters, that are not modding the game. You have to address this at some point. If you're listening, 4-1 insane is a mess. It doesn't make sense. Enemies. Fixed an issue where elite enemies would sometimes instantly die after grappling a prey. Well, usually the player dies when grappled, but anyway. Environment. Optimize the point defense map. Fixed minor visual issues in the terrain of point defense. Fixed an issue where elite enemies could not attack players in specific area of horde mode map. That's the cheese we lost. RIP. It's related to the little alcove next to the staircase. It's taken out. There's a box there now. We got pooped. Point defense. Players should no longer see an intentional cube when interacting with defense points. Okay. Made environment improvements to the only way to be sure campaign. Okay. Game modes. Address an issue where some players were unable to access point defense. And horde mode when offline. Yeah, this has been in the game since day one. Attachments introduced in Season 2 will now also drop from point defense and as bonus rolls from successfully completed challenge cards. Okay, that's for an attachment, I suppose. All 13 Season 2 attachments are now obtainable completing point defense or intense difficulty on higher. Okay. Point defense again. Players should no longer be able to trigger the cave in before all players have loaded into the mission. Adjust the difficulty on extreme and insane level by reducing the number of elite enemies that spawn during phase 2 and 3. Increase the health of the defense points in higher difficulties. Okay. Okay, made it a little more manageable because point defense, guys, it was a bit of a clusterfuck. Never let it click with me. I went in there, got my attachments, and I was like, well, no. If they balanced it out a bit, I might invest some time. We'll see. Kit changes. Technician. Fixed an issue where the technician's flame turret wouldn't fire at critters through animated doorways. Hallelujah! This has been a problem since time immemorial. Real-time resource acclamation perk now works properly with ability to recharge bonuses, very good. Additionally, the delay before it explodes on death has been reduced. Gunner. Incendiary burst ability now visually scales with radius increases, good. Phalanx. Shock pulse and concussion pulse ability now visually scales with radius increases, perfect. Suppression station ability on the dock now increases size correctly when combined with radius perks. I don't know, guys, you've said that like 20 times in 20 different releases. Anyway, we'll test it, we'll see. UI fixes. Fixed an issue where the ingress point at the end of a point defense mission would show the wrong icon on the motion tracker. Fixed an issue where weapon colors would not apply if a player exited the menu from the weapon appearance screen. Fixed an issue where the sidearm UI prompt would still show in instances where sidearms are disabled, like certain challenge cards are in use. Okay. Last but not least, general fixes. Fixed a crash that would occur when using the smoothbore barrel attachment with specific weapons. Fixed an issue where enemies would sometimes fall through the floor. Firing weapons while on the endeavor should no longer track towards lifetime stats. And some performance improvements. Okay, so they fixed a couple of things. They killed the cheese in Horde. I always liked how developers prioritize taking away your unfair advantage whilst their bullshit programming sometimes makes certain things pretty much unplayable. Case in point, as I said, 4-1 insane. I've run Serpas in the past few days after Season 2 dropped. It's a mess now. Anyway, we had a problem with a bug that would not allow you to join anything if you had a big enough save file. I don't know if they tinkered with something and now you get endless spawns of bursters and prowlers. Like at some point yesterday on the stream, we had 15 bursters come at us on Insane. Like, you cannot kill those fuckers on Insane, guys. It's a nightmare. But we gained some optimization for guns, we gained some stability increases, we lost the cheese on Horde, some rebalancing of the point defense mode that was sorely needed. Good stuff overall. I didn't expect the patch, to tell you the truth, guys. Like, at this point, I expect them to hunker down and prepare the next DLC that hopefully will have some campaign. Sheesh, the game needs that, man. The game needs some more campaign stuff. It ended in a cliffhanger. It's not like Oldarin's gonna make Alien Fireteam Elite 2 in 2024 or anything. They might as well use this game as a basis to give us more campaign content or give us something special like raids, whatever. We've talked about this 1,000 times. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this sweet gameplay a bit short because maybe I will upload it whole at some other point. I have something very nice for you uploading later today. It was a random insane with a very specific, very annoying card on. It was a lot of fun, and I will be live with you tomorrow on either platform. Just click on those things that you see here, guys. Come on. There's also Patreon and Twitch that you can use. It will help me out tremendously, and I'd be very grateful to you. Until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always strive for perfection. Cheers!